It's legal tampering day in exactly 48. Well, not 48. My math is all over the place right this second. But in 2 days, it's about to be the brand new season. Yeah, you see my jewelry on, my Commanders jewelry on. Um, it's about to go down, and today is legal tampering day. So without further ado, let's get straight to it.
What's up, this man? Check out Off the Bench anytime you get a chance.
Hey, Off the Bench, it's 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here. Excuse me. And welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. So before we go any further, be sure to hit that like, sub to the channel, hit that bell notification so you could be abreast of what's next. Guys, man, this is one of my favorite times of the year. It's the beginning of the brand new season. We about to go ahead and go into free agency. We about to go ahead and figure out the legal tampering situation, what's going on. We're about to find out who's trying to get signed where. For the next 5 days is going to be very interesting. I say 5 days because the first 2 days, that's when we're going to find out as far as who's actually going where. But within that time frame, we're actually going to go ahead and find out, like, hey, what deals can be made. Somebody else could swoop in at the last minute right before free agency actually starts. But before we go any further, let's look into the comment section. Command Cast ENT. Yo, what's good, family? Man, I hope you're just excited as I am as far as free agency. Go ahead and for everybody else who joins on in, be sure to go ahead, hit that like, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, like I said, so you can be abreast of what's next. Because on this channel, you got to help me grow so I can do more. So without further ado, let's get straight into it real quick, because today we find out what is on the NFL calendar. Today is March 9th, but at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when we start the legal tampering. And it's actually something different this year, because this year teams can now call or video call players. I think up to about 5 players. So could you imagine? Because before you used to have to talk to their representative, they could go ahead and start talking about, like, hey, this is what we're looking for in this price. Hey, this is what our amenities look like. Hey, let's go ahead and negotiate. So I am looking forward to that. But on March 11th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when the league year officially starts. Before we go any further, let's look at Command Cast ENT, what they got to say. My coworker from Texas Roadhouse got bad PTSD. Post Dan Snyder disorder. He's one of those that have no hope in saying we suck and all of that. Look here. First things first, tell him to pump his brakes. Calm down. We're in a better situation now. This isn't we're not going to go out there and overspend on some bullshit players that is well past their prime. They shouldn't even go ahead. You know, it is what it is at this point. Also, Command Cat says he has to understand that this isn't the era. Yes, he does. He does. Shout out to my homeboy Rick. He's my co-host on my fellow co-host on our other podcast called what's the name? Gamma Blurs. Yeah, I got sleep last night. I went to this weekend we went to it was a big convention called BlurCon. We literally was out there just chilling and everything. If If you look up on our other YouTube channel, I did an interview with Redman. So go and check that out when you get a chance. Dog, I actually went to sleep kind of early last night. I did all my prep for this, and I made sure I got some sleep. So yeah, so appreciate you looking out for me, bro. What's the name? But yeah, the legal tampering starts in officially 25 minutes. Currently, it's 11:35 a.m. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what's going on today. But before we go any further, we got to go ahead and talk about Laremy Tunsil because he's hinting that he's getting a contract extension. If you looked at his IG, he was all over the place with his videos about like him being a Commander this year. He looked like he was happy, excited to be here. Excuse me. If you looked at how he was at the Wizards game the other day, basically just happy to be in the area. And if anything, he gives that type that he's actually one of those guys that when the season's over, he just goes back home. You know, I had nothing to deal with it. But also, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this, like, dude, if you're here and you're the type of person to go back home, that means that you're working on a contract. And it has been reports out there that Adam Peters was definitely trying to make sure that this thing gets done. And why not? Because we're trying to go ahead and restructure his contract so this way we can get more money to spend in the what's the name on the for the salary cap. Because currently, right this second, I believe we are around between 86 and 90 million in the salary cap. If I have a salary cap, with him restructuring it, it's going to be well over 100. So hopefully this could get done within the next, give or take, 23 minutes. So it's something that we really need. The first things first, you already went ahead and traded for this guy last year. We made sure that we got a premier left tackle. Yeah, we did. We had to give up this year's second round and fourth round. But at the same time, it's something it's well worth spending for. I don't have a problem with going to go ahead and have this guy on our team if it means giving up that, because you're talking about a top 2, top 3. I say, you know what? Because I still think Trent is number 1. Tristan Wirfs and Laremy Tunsil could literally duke it out for number 2 or number 3. It really doesn't matter. You have a top 10, you have a top 5 left tackle in the league. Top 3 to be exact. Also looking in the comment section real quick, Commander Cass says, "We going crazy. Dude will make the right moves. I will be talking crazy. I will be too." Lady Erica says, "Let's go." Yes. The homie Rick says he is definitely a top 3. I couldn't agree more. I'm looking forward to this whole entire situation going on. I truly think that the deal's gonna get done. Adam Peters is not that type of person to where he'll go ahead and trade all of these put these picks away and then just have him there for a 2-year rental and he's gone. He dealt with the whole entire Terry McLaurin situation. He ain't trying to have the same shit going again. Let's be real. He's gonna get this thing done. The only thing that we're trying to make sure it gets done before 12 o'clock. Also, just moving on to the next subject right now. 3 Commanders has gotten re-signed this weekend. Those 3 are Jake Moody, the kicker. I believe is still on a 1-year deal. And this way, but we still are looking to have other kickers in there to make sure that he has competition. All honesty, I don't care if you're an all-pro kicker. You bring one in just to go ahead and give them competition. Because at the end of the day, you don't want them to get stagnant thinking that they could just go ahead and just have the job. I mean, hell, you look at, what's the name, the whole entire situation with how Baltimore had their kicker. His name is eluding me. Damn it, I'm losing his name. But he was the all-pro kicker that was over here. And they still brought in players to go ahead and give them competition. So why the hell not? I mean, it's typical to actually bring some help in here to make sure that they are on their P's and Q's when they're going in. So it gives them competition. You don't want them to feel like they stagnate, like they got the job, and then they start fucking up the kicks later on. And it's just like, hey, man, you have somebody, Justin Tucker. Thanks, Rick. You bring Justin Tucker in. And he when you had when Baltimore had Justin Tucker, you have somebody in who can actually go ahead and give him competition. And then he's the same motherfucker who boots a 66-yard kick. Give him competition. I'm all that's what I'm. And as much as Dan Quinn always preaches competition, that's what you need to do. Second of all, we re-signed Dietrich Wise to a 1-year deal. Me personally, I'm not against this deal because it's a 1-year deal. And also, you've seen it's depth. And yes, he got injured last year, but at the same time, he's not we're not looking at him as a premier defensive end. We're here to see if he can go ahead and stop the run. I'm looking forward to that. And I think he's going to be an integral piece. He never left the whole entire facility. He could have left, but he stayed around. Even during the whole entire debacle of his injury, it was unfortunate. And even still throughout the fact that, hey, he could have left this team because we was shit last year. He still stayed around. That's showing me loyalty. I'll show you loyalty by going ahead and giving you this 1-year contract. Hopefully you'll go ahead and show me something else. We'll probably let him go even if he has a great season this year because of age. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's going to be 34 this year, so he's getting up there in age, but it's still good to have somebody in the locker room. It's still somebody good enough to go ahead and just preach competition, go ahead and just give me something as a backup. Because I truly think that we might be either in the free agency or in the draft, we're going to address that defensive end position. Last but not least, Treylon Burks had a remarkable season last year when you think about it from the standpoint of him actually being like a third or fourth receiver. Obviously, we remember that memorable catch against the Denver Broncos on Sunday Night Football, but he also was very productive when you having old ass receivers out in the field that really shouldn't even be here, but he's on there making sure that he does his thing. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do as far as in the wide receiver room when we go ahead and have him as like the third or fourth receiver. Looking at the all right, Lady Erica Lynn just subscribed. I'm from the Fan Day show with Lake. Yeah, thanks for coming on in, Erica. I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, we have fun every single time we on Lake's show. Shout out to the homie Lake, and shout out to you, Erica. It's great to have you on here. Thank you, and I appreciate you, hon. But going into the next subject, we are going to go ahead and look at the fact that Brandon Ayuk has been linked to Washington. Obviously, we all know about this. It's really the most. We all know it's not a secret anymore. But the only thing about it is we can't do anything about it until the 49ers release him. The 49ers are trying to release him before the whole entire season starts. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes on in here. He already says that there's footage out there of him actually going ahead and working out. He looks like he's in good shape, but he's not going up against real competition at this point. He's just working out. But we actually see with the fact that he tore, I think it was ACL, LCL, and PCL, and I think his meniscus was even messed up. He hasn't played for the last 2 years. I want to say year and a half. But also, I'm looking at it like, hey, with all the rehab, if you're doing the rehab and everything, sure, you want to make sure that you're going out there and doing it at the facility, doing it the right way, making sure that you're doing which is your due diligence. But that's the one red flag that I have against him. I understand that you want it out. There's ways that you can do it. It just doesn't look right. Now, the only good thing about him doing all this stuff, with him going in and acting the way he did, it's going to be cheaper for us because, dudes, you gave away 20. You signed you had $20 million in the bank, and you just, fuck it, I don't care. So that's telling me that if you don't care about the money, then you must want to be over here with Jaden that bad. And looking at the comments real quick, Ayuk wants to be here, and you see the smirk AP gave immediate when they mentioned Ayuk and he was going to be here. Yes, he did have that look on his face. But he also was looking at it like, yo, look here. I'm not going to go ahead and speak any much on this situation because it is tampering. And I'm not trying to go ahead and get my picks taken away. But I will say this. I think he deserves a second shot. So that's him saying, in my eyes, that's showing me that AP saying, look here. I can't sit there and tell you that I'm about to sign this motherfucker once he gets free. But I'm going to sign this motherfucker once he gets free. So, but no, I mean, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. But here's the thing: with him being coming off of this, him being released by the 49ers, I think there's going to be a situation where you can actually go ahead and get him for the cheap, because he's going to be. You have to, at this point, he has no leverage. You want to come here. It's not the other way around. So I mean, and you give Jaden that his BFF to go ahead and play like they've been wanting to play for the longest time and everything. So it is what it is. I'm not even tripping about that shit no more at this point, because if he doesn't pan out, you let him go next year. You sign him to a 1-year prove-it deal. So and that's why he's gonna be on his best behavior. He ain't gonna be out here putting out practices out there and on social media. Jaden's gonna look, nigga. Don't do that. Stop. Make sure you get your shit together. I want you here. I truly believe that he's going to be Ayuk is going to be the model citizen once he gets here. In fact, I really think that fans who are out there saying that they don't think that he's going to, they don't want him here. Look here. You got him for the cheap. If it don't work out, let him go. It is what it is. I'm not tripping about it. Neither should you. So, I mean, at the end of the day, let's not trip about this whole entire ordeal that was going on. Oh, man. So, but what we said that we was going to sign him for dirt cheap. One person who definitely is not going to go out dirt cheap, Chris Paul. Chris Paul, in my opinion, and everybody else has been basically coming out and saying it, is looking like he's going to price himself out of DC, because in the scheme of what we have right this second, Brandon Coleman is definitely the better scheme fit for what we're going to be doing with the zone reading, the zone blocking, instead of the gap blocking that pretty much has been taking place over the last few years with the prior coaching staff. We're going to go ahead and run this zone scheme the way that the Lions do, and we need somebody who's quicker around there. Not saying that Chris Paul is a bad guard or anything. I think he actually is a pretty damn good guard. He had a solid season last year. He only gave 2 sacks the whole entire year. But I'm looking at it from the standpoint, it just doesn't fit the same scheme that we have right this second. So if you get somebody like a Brandon Coleman who is quick on as far as on those pulls and everything, this is who you already have him on the roster. So, and you're not going to go ahead and pay Chris Paul starting money to go ahead and stay on this team when he's not starting. It's not a good precedent for the whole entire situation when you're trying to go ahead and build this team. Also, the homie Rick says, I ain't paying no guard that type of money he wants. Look at what happened with Brandon Sheriff. He ain't in the league anymore. And that's very valid, because Brandon Sheriff, he came off that all-pro year. And then the following year, he was like, look, I want to be paid top dollar. I don't think we ever heard anything from him since when he went to Jacksonville. Please tell me if I'm wrong. And this is the homie Rick. When it comes to football, I trust his voice more than anything. And it's almost kind of like if AP was out here telling us exactly what we're gonna do. And check his credentials if you think I'm fucking around. By the way, and ask what's the kid? Hey Rick, tell me your boy Jacksonville, Anton, starting right tackle. That's Rick's guy. He was the one who coached him up in high school. He was the one who gave him pointers and make sure that he was doing great out in Oklahoma. He knows what he's talking about. So, but no, all jokes aside, I really don't think that we're going to pay him that much money to stay here. It doesn't make financial sense to go ahead and bring him back. Anton Harrison. No, it doesn't make sense to bring him in here when he's not starting. If he was starting, hey, I can understand it, but he's not going to be here. So I made my peace with it. I'm over it. Dude, I wish you the best. Just not if you're in the NFC East, that's why I say fuck you. Other than that, I wish you the very best in your endeavors. And hopefully everything will work out for you. Right this second is 11:49. We're about 11 minutes away from the free agency tampering period. I will be going out here and checking to see what's going on as far as what's going on with the alerts. Commanders, I'm not trying to fuck up your name on here. Tapping in, bro. What it do? Miss you on Friday. Praying all is well with you and yours. Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I'm doing great. Like I said earlier in the show, I just needed a break, and I had a convention I went to this past weekend. Like I said, me and my homie Rick, who is in the comment section right now, we currently have a show called Gamma Blurs. I did an interview with Redman, so go and check it out, see what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Before I go any further, guys, it's 14 of you all in here. So please, while you're in here, be sure to help me out. Hit that like, comment in the comment section, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so you can be abreast of what's next. Today, I want to go ahead and tell you, I will try to go because I do have to do overtime today. But if there's a chance where I find out that there's some news breaking in, I will be going on break during my break, going in and addressing the situation because I am looking forward. This is one of the biggest days of the year. I want to go ahead and tell you that I really believe that this team is really going to be we're going to be spending a lot of money this year. Currently we are second when it comes to cap room in the NFL right now. Commanders looking. Oh, what up, Red? Oh, it's good. How's it going, fam? Yes, most definitely, man. I'm definitely gonna try to see if I can get on this week because I do miss y'all. This is if you have not looked at Lake Lewis podcast for Fan Day, I've been on there a few times with and some of the people that's in the group is definitely in this chat right now. Shout out to Erica, shout out to Rev. Yeah, they love him so much, man. Thank you for coming in, checking in on the show. I appreciate you guys so much. Also, let's get into the fact that free agency news. Man, so where do I start? Okay, so Jeremy Fowler had put out a tweet the other day. Last minute free agency notes. First things first, Colts down to the wire with Alec Pierce, whose market is skyrocketing. Running backs that are on the move. The Eagles get busy as the new league year comes around, and that's going to be something to talk about as well. AJ Brown, other trade, Mussing. Commanders are set to be active in free agency. Before we go any further to the Commanders real quick, I want to address the fact that the Eagles apparently they re-signed Davis. They are re-signing their the one of their defensive ends who just got they picked up during free agent on a trade last year, and there's they might be getting they will be. It's looking like they're going to be trading Jalen Carter. If it wasn't for the fact that we was in the same division, I'd ask what they want for it. Because I know that we're going to have to trade the house for them. They would make sure that we trade the house for them if that was the case. But they're not going to do that. Why would you let Jalen Carter come here to DC? His thing is crippling them as as an organization when you let go one of your best premier pass rushers go. But also, I'm here for it because fuck the Eagles. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't like the Eagles. I hope that I wish nothing but misery for them. So, and the AJ Brown situation is not getting any better for them either. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that he was trying to before the whole entire deal with he's trying to see if he can go to New England. Because that's his team growing up, so he wants to go up there. So, I mean, hey, who knows what I mean? They already let go of Stephon Diggs. So, I mean, could you imagine them being on a Super Bowl caliber team like they were last year? I mean, it gives Drake May some more firepower, so that's something to look at. But getting back to what we were saying as far as with the Commanders, Max Loeb also retweets My big 5 takeaways from this bombshell of an article, which is talking about Jeremy Fowler article. Philly is not just receiving calls on AJ Brown. Jalen Carter is too. Like I said earlier, as I mentioned 1 million times the last month, the Commanders have to swing for the fences. People in the league are feeling it too. Quentin Johnson is a huge name to watch. LA wants to extend him, use a fifth-year option in 2027. Makes sense to trade him, in my opinion. Romeo Doubs is considered to be, to some evaluators, to be the best all-around receiver in the group. And Kenneth Walker will consider the Giants. And with those potential moves, Commanders have a plan. They have to plan, and I think in this situation they have the plan. They have a plan, and they won't be passive at all. It's a situation that where you got to look at it as far as like, dude, we have the money, so go ahead and spend it. We got something here. 2 of the LA, 2 lefts down, make right. Concussions, Poppy. Yeah. If Tua goes to Atlanta, I don't know what that situation is going to be like in Atlanta. I'm just glad I ain't got to deal with it. I just, wow. If that is the case, that he actually went down there, that'd be crazy work. Rev also says, please, if you haven't, hit the like button. Get my brother's numbers up. You heard it. You heard he does this while working overtime. Respect the grind. One love, HTCC. Appreciate it, family. I really appreciate it. Yeah, listen to the homie Rev. The homie Rick says Atlanta is pushing it hard to sign him. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Even as a backup, I'm looking at like, it's the most. It really is. I don't get Stefanski. I really don't. I don't understand this dude. He is when he has actual talent around him, he actually just goes ahead and says, "Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it this way." And I mean, you can do it. The only reason why you got those 2 coach of the years is because you made the Browns relevant for a hot second, and it was only for 2 years out of the 7 years that you were there. Those 2 years you made the playoffs. That's why they gave you the damn what's the name coach of the year. You made them look relevant for 2 years out of the 7 that you were actually there. You didn't even make the playoffs the other time. You had the what's the name the massage parlor bandit out there, and you did nothing with him. Also, the fact he got a job over all good black coaches out there is a joke. You're not gonna get me disagree on that. This right here. What else is there to be said? Is he wrong? Please tell him in the comment section is he wrong, because he ain't. I'm also looking at the situation as far as, yes, the Commanders can be and won't be passive. They're going to be if anything we've learned this year, AP and DQ have been nothing but aggressive. They've been very aggressive in signing these coaches. With dealing with the fact that, hey, you let a pretty decent offensive coordinator go. Obviously, your defensive coordinator was ass, and you could have went against when he got you somebody who was actually done this before, has experience. But no, you went with DJ over there, Deronce Jones. He has potential to be something great. You gave him his first big career bump in his career. You went ahead and did the same thing with David Blau. So you're taking a risk. You put your nuts on the table. Just go ahead and say like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and do this. And it's showing me like, hey, if you're gonna go out, at least you're going out. You ain't scared. This is something new, and it's just like, hey, I got to be innovative, because that last shit that I pulled off last time when I was in Atlanta, I went ahead and let all these great players go, and then all of a sudden it was just like, hey, they started blossoming, getting their own jobs, and being flourishing all around the NFL. Currently, right this second, it is 11:59 a.m. We are 1 minute away from. We are at 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. Legal tampering period has begun. We are, what's the name? Almost 48 hours away from the league season starting. The new league season starting. So yeah, if there's anything that drops as far as information, as far as with the free agency tampering period that has come out, I will be addressing it on here. So in the meantime, before we go any further, let's go ahead and let the sponsor speak real quick.
So let me fill you in on W. W is a powdered energy drink that replaces other inferior caffeine beverages. It contains 0 maltodextrin, 0 fillers, 0 artificial colors or dyes, and is no proprietary blends. The star of the show is our caffeine fruit extract, which helps you focus with no jitters or no crashes. Can't even front, man. This is a pretty tasty beverage. I recommend that you go online to w.com to go ahead and get your own shaker bottle, your own Japanese energy blend that they have on here. This one, Japanese yuzu, like I said before. You can go on and get different type of flavors that they have on there and go ahead and order yours. And here's the thing, when you go on there, go ahead and type in the promo code ODBHTTC for 10% off on all your products.
Be sure to secure the dub with W. Go on their website right now and you can get 10% off using the promo code ODBHTTC. So players who have been linked to this team as far as in free agency that I'm looking at. So Alec Pierce, wide receiver coming out of Indianapolis. He's in the mix right now. Currently 25 years old and is the best deep threat in the NFL. His market value is listed around $27 million. If you're asking me, that's a little too high for my liking, but it's still something to look at. Another person right this second who is a sleeper, Mike Evans, the future Hall of Famer, who currently has been having a 1,000-yard season every single year up until last year due to injuries. Now, he is getting older, but he is still a productive receiver. I could see the whole entire situation where we have Terry and him going in locked arm and seeing if we actually go ahead and do something about trying to beef up this wide receiver room. Also, wide receiver Romeo Doubs has been linked to the Commanders. He's looking, like I said earlier, looking like the best wide receiver all around in free agency. Also, Kenneth Walker. He's going to be the market setter around $15 million. The Commanders and the Giants are currently the top 2 front runners. Also, Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, I think, I'm sorry, not Jacksonville, Tennessee is looked at. Jacksonville and what's their name? The Chiefs. Hold on a second. Do I see anything crazy going on? Hold on a second. I'm just trying to see. Wait, what is going on? I thought I just saw something crazy that was going on as far as with the signing. Hold on a second. Just trying to make sure that we actually made any moves as far as yet, because yeah, I thought I saw something, but maybe I just saw something that just had me startled a little bit. But no, it's looking like Kenneth Walker, like I said, he's being looked at. Pierce is staying in Indy. That's what it looks like right this second. Look like Alec Pierce is going back to Indianapolis. I don't have the information as far as what the signing is. Tyler Linderbaum is also, if he does not get signed to the Ravens, the Commanders will go after him. The all-pro 25-year-old. I like that. I'm not going to hold you. I would love to see that. Happy tampering, fellas. No, shout out to Commander Cast ENT. Yeah, so it's looking like Tyler Linderbaum, if he does not sign with the Ravens, he will be in the mix with the Commanders. Uh, yeah, it's looking like Pierce is staying in Indy right this second. I'm gonna go on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. So Brian Thomas. No, this is just somebody commenting on that. All right, so what we looking like right this second? Excuse me. Looking at some for you. Damn. So it looks like Pierce got a contract, 4-year contract, damn near $30 million a year. I'm just that's crazy work. I didn't think he was worth 30. I'm sorry, 29 a year. I still didn't even think he was worth that much. I mean, and he had to pay it. I mean, you were gonna let this guy go. I mean, we'll find out to see. Because me personally, I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't even know that much about Alec Pierce that much. Because Indy, once they fell off, it was just like, hey, they kind of like really fell off. Yeah, so it's official. Waiting for this alert to come through. Ian Rappaport reports free agent wide receiver Alec Pierce has agreed to terms to remain in Indianapolis for a historic 4-year, $114 million deal that will make him the highest paid free agent receiver in NFL history. God damn. The deal negotiated by agents Mike Swinson and CJ LeBoy come together overnight in contracts. 84 million in 48 million in 84 million in guaranteed, 60 million fully guaranteed at signing. Mac package at $116 million. That is crazy. Wow. yeah, I'm good. I'm not paying him that much money. I'm sorry, I ain't paying it because I'm looking at, hold on a second, 116 over 4 years, roughly my PG County math. 114 over 4 years. Yeah, that's $28.5 million as AAV. Yeah, shit. I'm not paying that much for Alec Pierce. I'm sorry. Yeah. Olamide Zaccheaus is signing with the Falcons per sources. 7 years after making Atlanta's roster as an undrafted free agent, OZ is back in ATL on the deal negotiating by B. Parker of Vannery Sports. I'm with y'all on this one. I think he's good. From what I was hearing, as far as what I've seen, he's good, but he ain't 28 million good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I won't do that. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I mean, I don't see us actually trying to dish out that much. I think they're gonna dish out the money this year. I just don't know how much it's gonna be worth as far as that is concerned. Because that's crazy. You paid him that much money? Hold on. I never did this on the show, but I gotta do this real quick. Gotta make a call real quick. So man, this is crazy work right now. I ain't never heard no shit like this. Yeah. Hey, Pops, you're on the show right now. So shout out to Pops is on the line right now. So I don't know. Did you hear about Alec Pierce?
Yeah, they gave him like 29 million.
Mm-hmm.
He had 116 over 4.
Yeah.
That's like 29 million, something like that. That's a lot of money.
They said
last year, so.
They said 84 million in guarantees, 60 fully merit guaranteed. Would you have signed him to this team?
That's tough because he's only had like really one breakout year. Like last year was a breakout fun, but last year was the first time they had Daniel Jones, and the first time they had a decent quarterback or whatever. You know what? You got to pay something. They only guarantee the first 2 years, right?
No, they didn't even say that. They just said as far as it contained they said they came together overnight and it contains 84 million in guaranteed, 60 million fully guaranteed at signing.
Yeah, so I mean, you know what? You got to pay him. Somebody was gonna pay him. So that's the thing, and you got a running back there that's premium. Mm-hmm. And you know, it all. I think a lot of it depends on how Daniel Jones performs when he gets back. But he's on an ACL or something like that.
Yeah. Because they already franchise tagged him.
Yeah. So you basically putting out money for next year. You're not putting it out for this year or whatever. Because I don't see how. I guess that's the market. I don't think he's a top. I mean, he's not Jamar Chase. He's not CeeDee Lamb. He's not Justin Jefferson. But the market is whatever you can get every year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't know. It's kind of hard because that's a lot of money to donate to one position. Like I'm listening to the radio right now, and they was talking about whether the Commanders can go get Brandon Ayuk. He's not somebody I give money to. And he's $25, $30 million.
Well, no, I mean, from what it looks like as far as when they go after him, he's going to have to get the vet minimum. Because, I mean, who's going to go ahead and spend that money after we don't know officially if you're actually up to date as far as your health injury. And then you had all that debacle from leaving the team last year where you're driving 100 and something miles over the speed limit and riding past the stadium, flipping them off. So, I mean, nobody wants to touch that. I think the only reason why they want to touch, why Washington would do it is because him and JD5 are best friends. Hello? Uh-oh. I think we got some. I think he may have broke.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I ain't giving nobody all that money because they my boy or whatever. Boy, he got to be able to deliver.
Yeah, no, I think they're gonna give him a prove it deal. I think it's gonna be a situation where it's like, hey, you'll make a vet minimum, and you got to show me because you
not gonna take the vet minimum, that's for sure. But I don't think he'd want the kind of deal that they need to give him because, like I said, he's a nutcase and he's coming off an injury, so that's a bad combination. So I don't know. I would give him a 2-year contract or 3-year, but only the first year will be guaranteed if I get it. He'd have to earn the rest of it. But I don't even want to see them in the Brandon Ayuk business. I just don't, that one just don't, it don't grab me like Pierce would have been great. I mean, that guy, he's a baller, but he's only balled out the last year, maybe 2 years.
I didn't even know he existed until midway through the season last year.
Yeah. So he is one big year, and they give him $29 million, at 84 guaranteed. You give him $29 a year. But they say today's price is not tomorrow's price.
Yep. It's not yesterday's price. Yeah.
Well, and today's price is not yesterday's price, and it's not tomorrow's price.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's price is going to be bigger. Okay, so I guess they're taking a chance if he has a year like he did last year, you got him for cheap, or not cheap, but you got him cheaper.
Yeah.
It would have called for me to get him something else. So and they're trying to keep everything intact, and they're in a winnable division with Jacksonville, Tennessee, and Houston's kind of so. So I guess they're going for it, but I don't. You give that guy that kind of money because he's a solid citizen and he can play or whatever. So, but the question is the quarterback gonna be back in time enough for you to be able to
exactly?
Maybe you're signing him for hopefully for next year because Daniel Jones ain't going nowhere no time soon. They still got Pittman on the other side, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. You talking about as far as the Colts?
Yeah.
So I think they still got Pittman. And so I mean they should be okay. And if Daniel Jones plays like he did last year before the injury, I think they'll be all right. We still have Eric Stokes just signed a 3-year deal with the Raiders, $30 million. Sources said keeping the former first round in Vegas. He gets $20 million guaranteed. Stokes found his footing after leaving the Packers and now cashes in the deal with the Raiders.
Well, so I'm gonna tell you who's happy because of all this, particularly with Pierce, is Romeo Dobbs.
Okay? Oh yeah,
he's looking to get a deal and whatever. So, so that here's the thing. I think the Commanders need some help with receiver. You know, I think, don't get me wrong, I love Terry, but if he's your number one, you still need some help.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's number one here, and I love him to death, but that don't mean he's, do you really think he's a top 10 receiver? Is he one among those guys? If he is a top 10, he's at the bottom of it. Like I said, he's not in the class of Chase, of Jefferson,
CD.
CD.
I even go. What's the other kid in Dallas?
Pickens.
Yeah, Pickens. I mean, yeah. And
he's not in any of those guys' class. And whatever. So if you're going to get a wide receiver, it's going to cost you. I'll be honest with you. We talked about this before. I'd rather see them develop a tight end. That's what I like to do. Somebody who can work the seams. I would much rather see them go after a quality tight end and whatever. So I don't know who's still on the market or whatever. And if the guy's on the market that you want, like the kid from Baltimore is not leading. They're not gonna let him walk out the door and whatever.
You talking about Likely?
Likely. Yeah, they're not gonna let him walk out the door. Because Mark Andrews is getting old, and you're gonna need somebody to take over for that anyway. And you just gave all that money to gave those picks up for Max Crosby, and what's the name? So you're trying to keep that together. So I think they're gonna pay Isaiah Likely.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the one thing about the Ravens. Now that you brought them up, I want to know, are they going to go ahead and see if they resign Tyler Linderbaum, the center, because he's actually was an All-Pro last year. He's 25, and they're saying he might command, pun intended, around like 20 to 25 mil a year. And for a 25-year-old All-Pro who's your quarterback is the same age as him, I have no problem spending it if you're going to go ahead and have somebody young, and then he goes ahead and become one of these premier offensive linemen in the game. And I mean, you're looking at it like this. Yeah, you put all the money into Tunsil, you put money into Linderbaum, and you also have the kid from last year, Connerly, who who showed that he's actually pretty productive on the tackle. So I think it'll be.
If they can get him, if you're gonna overpay for something, I'll overpay for a center. Okay,
I overpay for an All-Pro.
yeah, exactly. So I'll pay for an All-Pro, because that's going to protect your most valuable asset in Jaden Daniels. So I give him that money, and you can steal it from somebody like Baltimore, which would make me giggle a little bit anyway.
Yeah, because we don't like Baltimore.
I'm not really a Baltimore fan, so that would be funny for me or whatever. But no, I would definitely give them, if they sign him, it's the thing, because if you can show up that line and you can run the football, it obviously makes your play action a little bit better. I'd like to see Jaden take more snaps under center instead of,
because those rollouts and everything, the rollouts with that or that. And I mean, I looked at some of the footage with Linderbaum, and the way that he was just clearing bodies out there, you would have thought he was a corner. So I mean,
but see, here's the thing. Excuse me. The thing about it, I don't know. But once again, Baltimore, when they traded for Max Crosby, they essentially are pushing all their chips to the middle.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to let a guy like that. You letting an All-Pro center league at 25 years old. Yeah, like I say, I don't see that happening or whatnot. I'd be shocked, and I'd be the first one at his door going like, "Hey, how would you? You don't even have to move. You can just, you can live where you are right now."
Exactly. I mean, exactly.
So he wouldn't have to go that far. So, but like I said, I don't see it. A team like Baltimore normally don't let stuff like that happen.
So Aaron Rappaport just put out the Patriots assigned Draymond Jones to a 3-year deal, $39.5 million deal. So it says he gets 14.5 in year one.
I'm not even sure who Draymond Jones is.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. Unless he played power forward for the Warriors or something. I got the wrong Draymond, I know. Yeah. What position does he play? Because I'll be honest with you.
Looks on a second. Let me look real quick to see. Draymond Jones.
That's all.
Yeah, because the hell with the Bills.
Well, the Cowboys need to make a trade today. They traded for him.
Yeah, they got what's the name? What's what's his name? Because from Green Bay.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a linebacker or whatever. So because they had interesting stat on him. When Michael Parsons was up and running, He had 7.5 sacks in 8 games.
And then he went to
sack.
Yep.
He never had another sack all year. So I'm like, okay.
Rashawn Gary.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because Rashawn Gary, and it pains me to say he's a Michigan man too. So I mean, yeah.
You can't control what they do once they leave.
Yeah. And so, but no, he they got him for a 4th round pick for next year, not this year.
Yeah, which shows they didn't really think much of him anyway. So but it makes Dallas a little bit better on defense because they couldn't get any worse, whatever. So, but they're going to have some calorie issues too when they play George Pickens. They're going to have or whatever. So you talk about throwing away, not throwing away, but paying. They used to be around 60, 65 million a year for wide receivers.
Yeah.
I don't know how that helps you improve the rest of your squad.
Yeah. Draymond Jones, defensive end. He currently just signed with the Patriots. 3 years, $39.5 million deal. He gets 14.5 in year 1.
They better sign an offensive lineman. Is what they can do. Super Bowl. Good God. That tackle when they got undressed, okay?
Yeah.
They need to sign an offensive. Ryan, I'm not a real Patriots fan, so it don't bother me at all. But if they're gonna sign anybody, they need to sign an offensive lineman. So they definitely that guy had some issues. I mean, they exposed him against Denver and against Seattle. So so that's what I think they need to do. But our team ain't seem to be doing it. They're not making no news at all. So.
Well, here's the thing, because like I said earlier in the show, apparently they have it to where they can go ahead and have they could call the actual players now. They could actually video call them and tell them all the amenities and stuff. So it's not just the agents that they're talking to. So yeah.
But still, you see some people already making, a lot of people are signing their own, I guess.
That's what I mean. That's for the most part. That's what it looks like so far. My thing is just this: AP can't be cheap this year. You got the money, so go ahead and take care of it.
Because when you consider the fact that he's giving away a lot of draft picks, he's going to have to restock in free agency. Because there's some definite holes on this team. Along all 3 levels of the defense, the line. Because they let your boy go. Then they Payne or whatever, didn't he?
No, they haven't let Payne go. They didn't restructure it. They didn't do anything.
Oh, they restructured.
No, they did not. They just said you're gonna play on this last year and let Payday Payne go and take over.
He has a history of performing on contract years.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll do it again. I guess it's interesting when they had to play for their money as opposed to already having it.
So hold on a second. Apparently Daniel Jones he got transition tagged over for a big salary. Not
transition tag last week.
Yeah, not it wasn't a because I thought it was a franchise tag. It's a transition tag.
Which means that they have the right of first refusal or whatever.
Yeah. So and
who's going to offer a guy coming off that injury a whole bunch of money?
Yeah, and he's already, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's in his 30s already.
Yeah.
Let me see. I hope this is. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, I just want to make sure I'm confirming it. 1 second to the Chiefs. I'm hearing something where they're saying that this might be a thing. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get this alert if it could just pop up. It looks like Walker might be going to the Chiefs.
Whoa. That's a problem, okay? Because all they needed was a tailback.
Yeah, I want to make sure that it's official before I say anything. That's crazy work.
I can't wait to talk to Steve about that one.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's just what they needed. That is just what they needed.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker. Yeah, it's official. Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs.
And look, I've been looking at Kenneth Walker since he was playing for Michigan State.
Yeah.
He put up a number against my Wolverines one year that was not very nice. in the snow, no less.
Yeah.
So, I will never forget that game. Yeah, he gave
him. Damn. Yeah. It's official. Yep. Yeah.
Can't say it's surprising. That's the Chiefs. They don't wait. They go ahead and handle their business. You know, so.
Ooh.
He had no problem going to the Chiefs. Like, oh.
Yeah, and I mean, and here's the thing: they're gonna make him a pre-med. They're gonna go ahead and put him out there to make sure that he getting all the work that he can right before Mahomes gets back on track. Yeah, this is man.
Yeah,
jeez.
I like the signing for the Chiefs. I really do. That's a good sign for them. You know, so Shefty's tweeting on TV.
Oh wow.
Tweeting the same deal. Back signing with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
So, wow,
that's wow.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't have
Yes.
And why is it not surprising? You know, big organizations do stuff like that. Like they don't even let that Bama, off the hook for a couple of weeks or whatever. So he just, as soon as he came available, as soon as the period came up, then he could sign it. They signed him right off the break.
So it's okay. So with that being said, it don't look like what's the name? The Chiefs ain't got to move up to go ahead and get Jeremiah Love. So I mean, hey, he might be back in.
And the way I feel about Love, I would love to see Love in the Commanders uniform. I really would.
Yep.
I think that kid is that good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some razzing if he don't turn out, but that's okay. I'm willing to live.
It is what it is. I mean, I think he's a premier talent. I mean, and it's funny because me and Rick was talking about this a couple weeks the other day, because earlier before he was like, man, I ain't really big on Jeremiah Love, and then we saw the what's the name, the combine. He was just like, fuck.
But they were running crazy times at the combine this year anyway.
Yeah.
He ran a 4.36, and he can catch the football. So he can hurt you a lot of different ways. If he falls to 9 and we don't pick it, or what are we at 7, right?
We're at 7.
If he falls to 7 and we don't pick him up, man, whoever you pick up better be good. But they're in the situation now, because if they don't pick up a defensive person and they pick Love and Love turns out to be bad, or just ordinary, yeah, they're gonna hear a lot of stuff from.
But that's why I said, like, if you really feel like you can, I mean, pick up Linderbaum. I don't have no problems spending money for Rick said he's a bigger Alvin Kamara.
He's a bigger what?
Alvin Kamara.
You could do a lot worse than Alvin Kamara.
Well, prime Alvin Kamara. So
I think he's had a pretty good career or whatever. So,
yeah.
Like I said, I just love it. I love it. And I hate Notre Dame, so it's hard for me to say I love a Notre Dame player. But Jeremiah Love, I'll take him in a second. If they draft him, I'm pricing the jersey right after that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and I mean, it just some of the names that just pops up to me when I think about Saquon Barkley is who I think of, like him being explosive. He could play not only his thing. If you draft him, he automatically becomes your second best receiver.
Yeah.
Automatically.
And see, you're getting him on a rookie deal, and if I'm gonna get a running back, I'd rather have him on a rookie deal than a veteran deal, because he's already got 4 or 5 years in the league and he's been beat up and this, that, and other. So you're going to get his most productive years. So I mean, there's very few running backs that sign really big time second year, second contract.
Oh damn! Kenny Walker already got the he already got the what's the name, the Chiefs jersey on already. This is bound to happen.
They kill me with the legal tampering.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not the biggest oxymoron you ever want to hear.
Exactly. And that's what, like when what's his name, AP went on the podium on the combine, and they was asking him about what's his name, was the Ayuk, and he was like, "Oh, I can't speak on it, but I think he deserves a second chance. I mean, I really can't talk much about it, but it's like, dude, tell me that you're not telling me you're signing him without telling me you're signing him."
Yeah, that just doesn't thrill me. I'm not an Ayuk fan. I'm not.
Well, he said, Rick says they've been talking to these players since the combine. For real, they really have.
Yeah, but my thing with Brandon Ayuk, he had one really good year, and that's because he had Debo on the other side having one of his great years. So I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I know he's friends with JD and whatever. So and then that's all well and good, but you can be my boy, but that don't mean you can work with me. So, like some of my best friends, I wouldn't recommend them for a job. Just because we boys don't mean, I got family members I wouldn't recommend for a job. So, so yeah, I need something more than that. And like I said, he's only shown like one great year. Like what I wanted Washington to do when they had a chance, you should have went and offered that boy from Cincinnati, T. Higgins, that money. T. Higgins to me is the best number 2 out there. And if he came over here, he'd be a number 1. Or he'd be a co-number 1 with Terry. But,
exactly.
But I mean, obviously, Cincinnati's put themselves in a hole. Now, if you want to see, what I want to see them do it, go after Hendrickson.
Yeah, I'm not against Hendrickson as well. I'm really not.
Well, what else you got? What other defensive line? What edge rusher you got?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I mean, but here's the thing. I think what they were saying is, excuse me, that he was asking for what's the name? He was asking for too much. That's why the Cowboys didn't pick him up, and that's why they went after Gary. My thing is this: he might be asking for 30.
Well, it depends on how long he's asking for.
If it's for 2 years, I mean, I don't have no problem doing it for these 2 years. I'm just not doing it long term.
Yeah, I'm not giving him a 4 year because he's already 30, 31 years old.
Yeah.
But I give him a 3 year, 90, or I give him 3 years, 100. But that last year is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. It's an option or whatever, But he's still, I mean, he's better than anybody you got on your team right now. And that's one of Washington's biggest problems. They can't get a pass rush on anybody. Defensively, they're kind of handicapped. So, I mean, they need help at all 3 levels. They really do.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a Bobby Wagner fan, but God, he's been playing for a long time.
Yeah.
So, and don't get me wrong, I don't see who they have in the wings waiting, who to try to take his place.
Exactly.
The problem was when we got to the NFC Championship, it was kind of a fool's gold deal. Like, everything dropped at the right time. All the right things came together. I you know what? I see the Patriots doing the same thing this year. Because when they got to play that first place schedule.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You still got Buffalo twice, and you still, the Jets and the Dolphins are garbage. The Dolphins, they took the hit on Tua.
Yeah.
They have $100 million dead cap debt.
Hold on. Speaking of the Dolphins, did you hear what they did with the trade yesterday?
No.
So, Minka Fitzpatrick got traded to the Jets for a 7th-round pick.
Yeah. And then the Jets extended him for 3 years, $40 million. Yeah. So, but I mean, they're basically dumping. Okay, they're basically saying, well, we gonna go ahead. Like Denver did the same thing with when your boy from Seattle,
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, when Wilson came, when what's the name got there? The coach got there, and he's like, "No, we're not doing this." They took like a $90 million cap hit.
Yeah.
When we got rid of him. But you know what? They said we'll take it all at once, and next year we'll go ahead and do our thing. Which is, by the way, what Cleveland should be doing. Cleveland should have cut that boy.
I don't understand why he's still on the team. Like he hasn't played in like 2 years.
Go ahead and take. Here's the thing: if you'd have done it properly, you'd have set yourself up for one of the deepest drafts you have right now. Okay, because this draft is supposed to be pretty good. Not quarterback wise, it sucks, but there are a lot of other athletes in there that you could have. So I would have just bottomed out, and of course they came close to bottoming out anyway.
Yeah.
But just get him off the books. Take that hit, put out a minor league team, USFL team, and take your beatings like a man, and then come back with a whole bunch of salaries cap.
Oh, Kay Otten is returning to Tampa.
He was one of mine that I was hoping.
Yeah.
So I like Kay Otten. But Njoku is really the one you want.
Yeah, I kind of want on what's his name? Rick says, y'all heard Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones on 50 a year?
Oh, he out of his mind.
You smoking? He's smoking crack at this point.
Doesn't everybody want 50? I want 50 a year too.
That's crazy work. $50 million?
I think he's basically went to the department of you don't get it if you don't ask for it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
But when anybody gives somebody coming off an injury like that $50 million, no. No. You know, I don't know what next year's quarterbacks look like because this year has no quarterbacks.
Somebody posted on Twitter the Colts and Daniel Jones negotiation for the new contract. They got the scene from Rush Hour where the agent dude says, "I want $50 million," and Chris Zucker said, "What the hell you think you kidding at Chelsea Clinton?"
Yeah, how about that? I mean, if milking $50 million, we kidnap for a trophy. You know, I'll take that. Yeah. I was just joking if the FBI is listening. Not serious. It's just a joke. No, man, $50 million.
That's crazy. Dude, like, is there...
I better ask for it now before they find out what kind of quarterback I really am.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, I wasn't saw his thing. He would have had to take them to the promised lands for me to go ahead and give him $50 million.
Yeah. Or at least like in the second or third round.
Yeah.
You know, I think they lost 7 or 8 out of it.
After, but here's the thing that actually I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this. He came over there and said, wasn't it because they were what, like 8-2 right before he got hurt?
Yeah. And
they pretty much just bottom out. So I think that's the reason why he's saying, like, nah, I want 50. And I'm looking at him crazy, like, what, 50 cents? Like that's what you asking for? Like, I mean, I think we could go ahead and bring in 50 cents so you can, because you damn sure ain't asking me 50 a year.
Well, I think the easiest way to get $40 million
what
is to ask for 50. So,
yeah, I mean,
maybe that he's just asking for it, knowing he's not gonna get it, but he's not looking for it. I like to think they're saying, like, well, we don't expect to get married $50 million, but maybe we'll get a nice offer in return.
Yeah.
Something they can live with.
Yeah, that's just, yeah. Oh, apparently Kelsey's coming back
I saw that. One more year, I guess. Then at that point, he's resigned to being Mr. Swift. So, which, by the way, ain't the worst thing in the world. Okay.
Hold on a second. Another former Chiefs cornerback in LA, former KC cornerback Jalen Watson reached an agreement today. 3-year deal with the Rams per Colin Roberts report of Excel. The Rams now have 2 former Chiefs, Watson and Trent McDuffie, who are KC Rams. So, yeah.
I mean, there's worse places to get people from. That's for sure. But the question is, are you getting them a day later?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think Trent McDuffie signed that huge deal last year, just the other day. If I'm not mistaken, I think what they had, he got like, yeah. Apparently, okay. So the deal just came through as far as what Kenny Walker was asking for. 3 years, $43.1 million deals with 28.7 guaranteed.
Well, hey, you keep it up with McAfee because he just broke it himself.
Okay.
So you're keeping up with the redneck on ESPN.
Yeah, $43 million. Is Commander Cass? Yeah, $43 million. $43.1 million to be exact. $28.7 million guaranteed.
Okay, 3 years. He signed for 3 years.
I mean, he earned it. He got the Super Bowl MVP. So I mean, he was the only one that looked productive in the first half of the Super Bowl. So I mean, yeah.
Hold on, we still talking about McDuffie, or you talking about?
No, I'm talking about what's his name? Kenny Walker.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no. Kenny Walker was the only offense they had for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, that kid played for Michigan State. Trust me, I've seen enough of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen enough of him, and but I mean that as a compliment because he can ball.
Yeah.
And running backs got to get their money when they can. Because.
Mm-hmm.
His third contract will not be as nice as this.
Yeah, it's not going to be lucrative. So I mean,
because they wear down. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
And in today's game, you need wide receivers. You don't need running backs as much.
Mm-hmm.
Although I tend to believe that the running backs position is underused. Not giving enough credit.
Yeah, no, because and the thing about like what these running backs nowadays, the good ones, they're dual threats. Yeah. So I mean, like I said with Love, he automatically, if you pick him up in the draft, he automatically becomes your second best receiver.
When you think of him, you think of Bijan Robinson, you think of Jahmyr Gibbs, and
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, everybody thought that Detroit was crazy for picking Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're thinking that way now?
Hell no.
Yeah. So much so they let the other boy go. They traded the other kid, what's his name, to the Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears. Did they trade him to the Bears?
No, they didn't trade him to the Bears. They let him go, and they traded him to the Texans.
Yeah. And they now I want to take. You know what I think the worst trade I've heard so far?
What?
And this gives me much joy. They gave up the Bills gave up a second round pick for DJ Moore.
Yeah, I was like, And see, the thing about it, they just signed the Bears just signed him. What, 2 years ago?
Yeah, and now they got to pay him $27 million. And maybe they're thinking, well, we're going to team up with Josh, and he's going to be a little bit better. Well, it's not like he was playing with a scrub in Chicago. That boy Williams had his best year this year.
Rudy just texted us. Commanders Pro Bowler Laramie Tunsil just reached a 2-year agreement for $60.2 million contract extension with the Commanders. They are 61.5 million in guarantees, including the biggest signing bonus for offensive linemen at $32.5 million. Tunsil was the NFL's the NFL's first $20 million per offensive lineman year. He was league's first 25 per year offensive lineman, and now he's the league's 30 million. So yes, I mean, shit. I mean, he's like, I mean, I called that shit when he first like a couple weeks before the draft started. I said he's the premier tackle that you need to go after, and then he started smoking that bud, and I was like, well, he's going to be dropping now. So I mean, and he came over there, and he came back up. So that improved because he was like I said earlier in the show. He basically was flowing around on IG saying like, I love it here in Washington. Went up to the Wizards game. Hey guys, how's it going and everything. So I was like, yeah, that's the signs. He's showing the signs. He's officially re-signed with the Commanders, and he becomes the first $30 million offensive lineman.
So who's happier, him or Daniels? Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, that's.
I still think. I mean, I know they're going to play Allegretti at the center to try to chase the Irish. I'd like to see them show up the middle of that. You was talking about the Baltimore center. It'd be nice if we could steal that guy.
Linderbaum, yeah, I would.
Yeah, I don't think Baltimore's letting him go. They're not. They're going to sign him, and they're going to sign him Likely. Because you can't let Likely go. If they let Likely go, Washington should be at his house right now. Like, okay, what do we got to give you in order to have you come to DC?
Yeah.
Because that's what Jay needs. He needs that inner. We were talking about yesterday how Zach Ertz was just one of his favorite receivers, but he's 35 and coming off a bad injury. You got to develop somebody else now. It's kind of to develop somebody else that he can. I remember New England used to win with when they won with that Psycho Fernandez and Gronk. Because you had two guys that can run those seam routes, and they were big and strong, and they could catch. That's what you need. So, and Isaiah Likely is very athletic and whatever, a big target that you hit in those seams or whatever, because you don't have the outside speed that you need for wide receiver.
Exactly.
Everybody loves Terry. He's a great human being. So hell, he can come marry my daughter if he wants to. At the same time, and Terry just not scare you to death. The Colts are sending Michael Pittman to the Steelers.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess they look. We gotta afford this white boy, so we gotta go ahead and let you go, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't understand why the Colts would do that though. I mean, I guess because they gave all that money to what's name? They gave all the money.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, what else could you do?
I wonder what Pittsburgh gave up to him. That's what I was saying.
I'm gonna look it up now. Hold on a second. Adam Schefter. Yeah, they just said traded. Sources. Jalen Phillips has agreed to a 4-year deal with the Carolina Panthers. $120 million deal, 80 and guaranteed. By the way, I don't know if you saw. The Eagles was talking about shipping out Jalen Carter.
What?
Yeah.
You know the problem is they won't trade him to us. Okay.
Oh no, exactly.
You never trade within the division. Yeah, Jalen Carter is that guy.
Yeah.
But he probably has to turn which he should. So, because he's more than likely he's going to have a big salary wherever he goes.
The group chat is going on fire, going off on AP right now. He's like, stop being cheap. Why are we not hearing anything?
No, they cancel that money. That was
yeah. I'm like, look, you gotta let him do it. Let him do his thing. Get it. Dude. Here's the thing. Who's one of the guys in the chat just said this. Get us Woolen or Alontae Taylor. I'm all for Tariq Woolen. Like I said the other day, he's rangy. He's 6'5". He's very fast. 12 interceptions within the last 4 years of his career. 36 pass breakups. I think he's a productive cornerback who you can bring on to this team. I would love to have Tariq Woolen.
You got to spend the money on somebody.
Yeah. I see they said AP offering a big big contract for Pierce. Yeah, they were, but apparently what's the name? Yeah, they got our bid. So I mean, it is what it is. At least you swung. Here's the thing. I do have to say this. If I don't have a problem with him swinging for the fences and he doesn't get the home run. If he's trying, I have no issue with that. The issue that I'm having is if you got outbid, that's not bad. I'm not mad at that. I don't want you to be cheap if you underbidding these people and everything, but they're never going to let anybody know about that. Yeah, $88 million for what's his name? The dude out of what's his name? Phillips. So it's $80 million to be
defensive back.
No, the defensive lineman, Jalen Phillips. He got traded to he was with the Dolphins, and then they let him go, and then what's his name? The Eagles picked him up. So he signed a 4-year deal, $120 million with the Carolina Panthers. $80 million is guaranteed.
Okay, and I'm getting the updates. Boy, ESPN, the app is all over things. Did you know that Michael Pittman just got traded?
Yeah, and it said trading Michael Pittman will open up $24 million in cap for the Colts. So that's looking like that's why they let him go, because they was like, if you let him go, then you can go ahead and re-sign what's his name? The quarterback. Yeah. Daniel Jones.
They give him $50 million. I'm like, wow. He's out of control.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is not worth $50 million. That's for sure.
So the terms for the Pittman trade, it says terms of swapping late round picks, plus Pittsburgh is preparing to sign Michael Pittman to an extension.
Oh, okay. Which the coach, once they sign Pierce, they won't get Pittman an extension.
Yeah.
He walks in being the best receiver in Pittsburgh, but that's like being the tallest midget.
You can't say those things, man.
Oh, okay. The tallest middle person.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, I mean, you think a lot of midgets are listening to this?
Come on, man. Damn. Oh, God. Damn it. Nah, but huh?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say something stupid. By all means, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking. I'm trying to look and see what's going on with this. Damn, this song. I'm just looking at some of these tweets out here. There's a apparently Raheed Shaheed is in the picture.
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they want that speed, and they need. I would love to see him sign him just because they have somebody who can take the top off the coverage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like I said, Terry is great at catching contested catches because he has to be because he just can't break away from it.
Yeah.
Rashid has that, and then Rashid be good for the return game as well.
Exactly.
So yeah,
and his thing, if you have him at kickoff, and then you have what's the name, Jalen Lane for the punt return, because Jalen Lane punt returner was actually really good last year. Dolphins are signing Packers quarterback Malik Willis as new quarterback landed in Miami. He gets 3-year deal, $67.5 million deal, 45 fully guaranteed contract.
Yeah, what's his name? Adam Schefter is coming in right after you.
Yep. Beat him. There you go. So,
well, I mean, I think he tweets before that.
Yeah. I'm just messing around, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know what? I know why they're signing him, but Lord, I haven't seen enough of him where I'll be ready to give him all that money. You know, but if you're paying $20 million a year for your starting quarterback, you're actually getting him at a bargain these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, $20 million ain't nothing.
Well, I mean, he was the only reason why I think is that much is because he was the backup over in Green Bay. So I mean, you're getting him for cheap. So I mean, and if he breaks out, then I mean, hey, you pretty much got him.
Well, you paid $20 for this year. If he doesn't work out, you cut him and you pay him the $20 for next year that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but only the first 2 years are guaranteed anyway, so it's not that big of a.
So apparently, Jeremy Fowler just put out the Commanders did make a aggressive push to get Alec Pierce before he ultimately decided to stay with the Colts, per sources. New England was also in the picture.
Oh, okay. Well, New England knows they got to still, like I said, they went to Super Bowl. They still got stuff to do.
Yeah.
They still got holes. They need They need offensive line. They need a left tackle.
Yeah.
Wow, like really bad. Yeah. Hey, look, I got to jump off here. I'm getting another call.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for jumping on.
No problem. Have a good show. That's a good show.
Will do. All right, take it easy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but one second. Hey, dude, I'm gonna call you right back because I'm on the show right this second.
All right, bro.
All right, peace. Nah, but guys, that's yeah. So because I'm looking at it right now because I got to get myself together for work soon. But yeah, this has been a great stream. Thank you all for coming on here. I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this. We definitely went ahead and tried to get Alec Pierce. What was it? We get Shaheed that opens up for Terry. Yes, it does. We re-signed Laramie Tunsil, so that's good. It looks like we probably might be getting the whole entire situation with the cap space opening up. So if anything else breaks, I will go ahead. I will come back on here and from work and say something. But until then, guys, please, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like, comment. Oh, whoa. Likely to the Giants. Wow. Wait, whoa. I gotta see this real quick. Damn. Giants reached an agreement to 3-year deal. Former Ravens, Isaiah Likely. Wow. And with that, I'm gonna close this out because I gotta get myself together. But also, thank you all for turning in. Be sure to hit that like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell for notification so you can be abreast of what's next. Guys, I'm gonna make a conscious effort to come back on here later on today. So yeah. Until then, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.